right away to the tutorial. We're gonna start by priming our lids using MAC Paint Pot and Soft Ochre, just to have a very strong base, and so that nothing, no color from my lid comes through. And I'm just gonna set it with the yellow shade from the Shade and Light palette by Kat Von D. And we're gonna start by applying the transition shade. I'm gonna be using that peachy shade that it is in the palette, and this shade is kind of hard to build up, but that's okay. It's just the transition shade. Just take your time and work with this shade. And then we're gonna go to the very warm brown that this palette have, and I'm just gonna put it in the outer corner and all the way through the crease. This is so that when we put in the duochrome shade, we have a lot of warmness on the corners of the lid. So just, we're gonna blend this later, so don't worry a lot about making it perfect. Just put it on the crease and inner and outer corner. And then here, this is a Sigma E40. It's the same brush that we use in the transition shade. I'm just gonna blend that edge. And then I'm gonna go back to that reddish brown, and with a more fluffy brush, I'm gonna start just blending it in the crease and bringing it a little bit higher than before. And for the lid, we're gonna use duochrome shade in one of the Wet n Wild palettes, and it's this shade right here. It's kind of a teal and brown duochrome. Is really pretty, and we're gonna wet the brush before going into the shade so that the pigmentation looks very foiled. If you don't wet it, the shadow kind of looks a little bit more brown with just a tiny bit of teal. So it's nicer if you wet it. You can use eye drops or water or whatever you have in hand that it's okay to put in your eyes. Then I'm gonna start intensify the outer V. I'm first gonna use this brown, and I'm putting it on the outer V and a little bit through the crease. And then I'm gonna go back to that reddish brown. And then I wanted the outer V to be a little bit more intense, so I went to this green shade that is in the palette, and I just packed it in the outermost V. And it's a very dark green that you almost not gonna be able to see it on the look, but it just gives nice deepness to this look. You could use a black also. I just like how this kept the shimmery look even all the way to the outer V of the eye. And what I'm doing here, I'm going back for the duochrome shade, the blue one, and I'm bringing it a little bit in the crease. So not only to the edge of the lid, but to the crease. And then here I'm just gonna blend it a little bit. The reason why I'm doing that is because I don't want the look to the duochrome just to end on the lid. I wanted to bring a little bit over. And here I'm just blending that darkness in the outer V. It was kind of since I put so many colors, I really have to work through it to make sure that it looked nice. Because you have that brown reddish shade, and then the other brown, and then the green. So just make sure both eyes look even. And then here, curling my lashes and putting some mascara. Any mascara will do, because I'm gonna apply false lashes. I have been really into false lashes for last month to do looks. And this is one of the powders that we got, I think, on BoxyCharm, and I'm just using a fluffy angled brush to fill my brows. This has been my go-to to fill my brows with a fluffy brush. It's super fast, and it gives you a more natural look than if you use a super precise angled brush. At least for my eyebrows, I think. And then I didn't put a wing liner, but what I'm doing is just filling the blanks so that the lashes are not obvious. And I put a little bit of black liner in my inner rim. And this is the Covergirl Ready Set Gorgeous in the shade 220. I'm just buffing it with my beauty blender. This is the Tarte CC corrector. It's a really strong, nice corrector for under eye circles. That's what I use today. Then I'm gonna use my Maybelline Age Rewind concealer. It seems like I use this concealer on every tutorial, but it's seriously my favorite, and yeah, it never fails. So I'm just putting it everywhere where I need extra coverage. That Ready Set Gorgeous foundation is a really nice finish. It's kind of a natural, a little bit of a matte finish, but it works nice for dry skin. This is the neutralizer shade from the Age Rewind. It's way lighter than my skin tone, so I really like to use it to highlight. And since I was going for more of a dramatic look, I'm gonna highlight under my eyes and like a little bit of my forehead, the bridge of my nose, and just balance that highlight everywhere through the face. Then just blend that again with the Beauty Blender. It's very lightweight, so I like it a lot to highlight. I'm just gonna set all the concealer with this Maybelline Fit Me powder. Again, the same powder that I have been using in every tutorial. Is just so good. And then going back to the transition shade, I'm putting it on my lower lash line, even if you can't hear it. There it is. And just on the lower lash line a little. And then using this the reddish shade, I'm just gonna put it in my outer part of my lower lash line. Use a darker brown just all the way through the lash line and finish it up with some black liner, and just apply a little bit of mascara, and I think that's it for the eyes. And then this is a Bahama Mama by The Balm, and this is a bronzer that I like to use to contour. I think it gives me a nice not too warm contour without looking gray or anything. It's by no means a gray contour, so I really like it. So I don't have a strong cheekbones. I seriously have no cheekbones whatsoever, so for me to contour it's kind of tricky because I have to pretend I have a cheekbone and put the line there. Then here I'm just bronzing with the Rimmel bronzer, and just to get some color. And for blush, I'm gonna use Makeup Geek on Bliss. It's a very nice neutral blush, especially since the eyes are already so strong. And for my lips, I'm gonna line them with this Milani retractable pencil in Most Natural. I'm just lining them, and for lipstick, I'm gonna use Gerard Cosmetics in 1995. And that is it for this video. This is the finished look.